Hello, beautiful souls. How's everyone? So, quick update. I've done a beautiful witches gathering reading. I don't know. They had a beautiful stalls everywhere, so I went and done readings there and it was so busy. It was a really good experience actually. So I'm quite grateful for that. I'm just going to spray some spray. Oh, it smells so good. Um, So today we're going to talk about belonging, being, searching, what's our journey, and basically the emotional side of the knowing, belonging, and answers that we're searching for. Whether we're star beings or we're just here to do lessons as well. So as we're all visitors on this planet, anyway, as a lot of us are from other planets. We need to accept that. A lot of people have many lifetimes here, and they had many lifetimes in other places as well. So if anyone's ever interested in doing readings and research on it, please go to Dolores Cannon books. She did a lot of work on that, and I find those books very interesting. So, but for me is I had a download conversation with the Pleiadeans yesterday, or early this morning, I should actually say, because it was for about an hour. So, because I ask a lot of questions because people feel like they don't belong. There's a lot of separation going on. People need to learn their knowing, their trusting. If they think that star beings are not among us, well, they are. So, but whatever you believe, it's it's what you believe. So I'm not here to change your mind or anything like that. I'm just going to share informations about frequencies, where we're going with frequencies, and basically I made a little list up, and then I can ask questions on it as well. So first of all is I'm a soul mender. I unhook a lot of things. I do a lot of work in my private time as well. I also show other people to do this, because the more people learn this, the quicker. I also like unhooking agendas, so it comes in with more of an ease and grace, basically. So I also just printed these beautiful cups. So this is a Pleiadean energy. Right, and then it has gateways. This is rebirthing, healing. And so it's very, and your heart space, right? On this one, we have influx of money, right? But first you have to do your clearing. So that's letting go. And I actually do have them in big pictures where I'm just showing you. So, and it's a beautiful they're beautiful cups to drink out of, because they love energy. This is like a Merlin energy. And look at that. How beautiful. Anyway, I've put them on the cups so people actually can drink the energy, because in my oracle deck I'm starting to get it printed, this is going to be the back of the oracle deck. And this is one of the pictures you saw on the cup. This one is for protection. The Pleiadians, they have other star energies with them. So, and beings, very earthly. Karma release. The flame from the Pleiadians, it's a big crystal, is having a knowing, seeing, protection, frequency work. Traveling to the now, the future, and having a knowing of the present, going forward. Pyramid energies. So that's the kind of drawings I do, and there's many, many more. But as we're talking about and letting go, that's one of the most important things. Okay. So, and assuming, and people not even thinking about anything. That's another thing. So let's sort of do what I wanted to talk about today. Okay, interesting. So why are we always searching for answers to belong? Why are we always looking? So I'm going to ask the cards is I'm going to use actually a different deck today, and then I'll do an ancestral. Why are we always searching? Why are we always on the search for more? Is our heart is like when we're really wide open, we search where we belong, where we basically feel most comfortable. So we're wide open to it. Then we get unexpected visitors because we're opening ourselves up to find the answers. So we get visitors in our dreams. Sometimes we do it very slow and steady, which is quite interesting, actually. The searching is, and then we have choices to make once we search. Which way do we go? Positive, negative, straight ahead, balanced, unbalanced. So I guess with a free will, it is actually always up to us. And cleaning house, that means looking after who you are, being in your body, being present, and feel at home. Because if you're visiting here, feeling at home is very important. So I struggled with that when I was younger, actually, but I'm pretty okay with it now. So if that makes sense, right? So we're always searching for answers. Where do we come from? What's our past history? What's our ancestral news? So I'm going to use some ancestral cards to see what it's saying. Where are we at ancestral? Where are we at on Earth with the ancestral energy? That means charmic or ancestral lines, basically. So teach and share. So it is a beautiful time to teach and share your ancestry. Shamans have a lot of knowledge. Even when you listen to all the older stories, listen to your grandparents' stories, learn to listen and learn to understand that we all have a past. We all have ancestral, whether it's on Earth, whether it's passed over, whether it's on other planets, is we all have that connection somewhere. And then we have a beautiful clear your mind. Open up your mind, cleanse your mind. The DNA restructure. I've actually got a very good drawing on that, which I quite hang on, just trying to find it. Here we go. Clear your mind. How beautiful is that? To clear one's mind. And the strands of the DNA. It's amazing. Clear your mouth, and be in the present. That's the biggest message in the moment. Enjoy new beginnings. Celebrate the social change. So we have to let go of all the old systems that are in place in the moment to move forward. Oops, my phone is still on. And then honor the deities around you. So basically honor everything. Be grateful. Hang on, let's turn this down. Be grateful. Be in a moment. Be who you are. Love who you are. And when someone does something for you, be grateful. Don't just push them out the way and pretend they're not doing anything. So stop being self-centered, basically. be open. So I'm going into this a little bit deeper. So are we looking for a sense of belonging? We all are. I found being on this journey is I had to become very comfortable with my own company, that I was good with who I am, and understanding that I might not belong into certain groups. I had to become okay with it, because I do know that I think differently and I look at things differently in life. That's just me. I think that brings a lot of sense that you're like a hermit in a lot of ways. But I have met such lovely people lately that I'm very, very blessed that they're on this journey as well. And I've joined freedom groups, and I just met really open-minded, lovely people. They are out there. Why do some people do not accept us? Well, everyone has a different point of view, and I feel that the people that don't accept us is we just don't resonate in their energy. Sometimes we got higher energy, sometimes people are in a lower energy, and they can't grasp our energy yet. So don't always feel it's because they don't like us, or that there's this assumption is sometimes we're just not meant to resonate with other people. We always talk about oneness and all these things, but we also have to understand that we're on earth doing a life experience, and what we're doing is learning so many new things. Is we might come from other planets, and even in the galaxy, there's a lot of spaceships, fleet ships. They, some are more advanced, some are not. We're pretty advanced here on Earth with a lot of things, but held back on certain technologies. Yet we do have a lot of technology, but it's very brainwashing technology sometimes. So we have to be aware of that as well. Like the television, it just the frequency it runs on. The phone. A lot of people can't live without this, which is really sad, because it's taking you away from that moment. So be aware of technology that actually does take you away from the moment, how you perceive it and how you look at it. So I think that's really interesting as well. So to find yourself, and then also when people push your buttons, stand back and see why they actually pushed your button. What is it that annoys you about them? What is it that makes you want to go, ah? Right? So and they're really interesting, the button pushing, because there's many out there that some do it on purpose and some just push your buttons. So put a love energy around you. The vibration of love is the most beautiful vibration there is. So basically is change your vibration and allow a person there on their journey and doing what they think they need to do, and we're on our journey doing what we think we need to do. So I feel that very simple and easy. So not everyone's going to like us. So if you go out, when I was showing a lot of things like doing energy work with the Pleiadeans, and learning the art, like when I channeled all this artwork that came through, just so you know, I never planned to be an artist. It just happened, right? But many years ago, I actually, we all start off somewhere. I actually found many years ago a lady called Christine Day. So this is one of her Pleiadean CDs, right? She's got books out, classes on her side as well. I started opening up to it, and when I activated, actually I had visitors from the Pleiadians, but because I was not afraid, they actually showed themselves. But now they can do everything telepathic, but they take you places. Like if you want to be like, I get shown a lot of things and a lot of so my question was to look at all the different races up in on the other planets. So they showed me, and that just like here on Earth, is they're learning different kind of things. So I'm going to talk about a couple, like in the universal galaxy they have a very big variety of star beings, but they have to keep the peace up there. So they have fleet ships of all different groups together. Okay. To me, is negative and positive is everywhere. So as we have unbalanced people down there, they have that up there as well, and they need to look at it, control it, and oversee it as well. It's just not here on Earth. So just remember that. Okay. So they look after a big section in all the different kind of universal things out there. Is I used to do meditation when I lived on the Gold Coast, and one that used to come, he was very mechanical, like-minded and mechanical, and then I took him to his home planet and realized that he comes from a very mechanical planet, actually, which is really interesting. He was really open on Earth, but he couldn't understand the cruelty on this Earth, I guess, because on their planet they just went on and did what they had to do, and with the emotions is they were pretty balanced, where down here he met very unbalanced people and he was struggling to cope with it. So as we struggle sometimes to cope while there's so much cruelty on Earth. So because it's hard sometimes to understand how people can be like that. My passion is actually healing, so I prefer to enter more the healing frequency space. Many years ago, when I started my journey, I had a beautiful being, which I believe was Archangel Michael in my heart, because I work with Archangel Michael, and he held a soul in front of me and asked me if I would accept the mission of healing souls. So from then on, I became the Soul Mender, and I do a lot of work like that and travel, especially in your dream state. And I remember some of the things I actually do sometimes, so which is quite good. And some of the things that I don't want to remember, I won't. So we're here to bring love, self-love, stepping back in that power, back on Earth. So that's where we are. Also, there's a lot of trading ships. Just like on Earth, they do it up there as well. So if you want to see a spaceship, there's plenty out there. But I do more telepathic. I get taken there. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like 1 minute I'm here and then I'm up there. So I don't have to travel. And I draw vortexes on it because I know that we're flying through sometimes through stargates and vortexes as well. So they're just open and you're there, basically. If that makes sense. We also have a lot of spaceships that have crashed on this Earth, and when they are trying to, like when they did crash, they hear an SOS call out, but some are so deeply stuck they can't get to them, basically, and they let out frequencies, right? It does happen, and it has happened quite a fair bit. Is because they're checking up to see, sometimes because they hover around certain places and check because you're from them, they take you back onto their spaceship and it's like beaming you up, basically, and then they check you over. So don't be afraid. A lot of times it's just them checking up on how you're coping with your journey on Earth. So as Earth is going through this big change, and it started many years ago, the mission is basically for our souls that are deeply wounded and accept to bring healing on this planet, because there's so many souls that are just numb, whether it's from all the lifetimes they lived in here. There's this such numbness. It's like they just don't know how to move forward. It's a lot of stuckness, I call it. So I do a lot of unhooking and stuff like that. And I think here on Earth in the moment is they're really, when you have a look in the news, they attack a lot of the female womb stuff, right? So I won't go too deep in it, is because you saw a court case going on. Is, do you know, life is very precious, and your womb is one of the most precious gift as a female, as a goddess that you have, because you're creating life. You know, I know some of the things they brought in, even here in Australia, is that you can get rid of your baby even when it's born. Like, I'm thinking they passed this law, but it's a human being, it's a soul. Like, there's some of me that doesn't understand everything, but it's for you to actually see that it's not okay. That's, you know, when you do a lot of Tartarian research in the 1700s, where did all those people go? And all these children, all of a sudden, were orphaned, and they were just palmed off everywhere over the world, you know. People call it a reset, whatever you want to call it these days is. But when you have a look at, there's so many shows on YouTube in the moment, when you really have a deep dive on it and you're thinking, wow, you know, is asylums appeared, they pretended they build all these buildings, which we definitely know they're much older and come from different civilizations, right? And these people actually lived in harmony with frequency, and all of a sudden the reset of dark energy came, worse than before, and then claimed all these children, and then made women feel like incubators, basically. So this the thought. Yeah, crazy world. So today I'm gonna, like, I just want people to know that, you know, we are in different, like, we have time warping going on all the time, where we're going timelines back, forward, future, and kind of, I just know that the future is going to be beautiful, and that we have such a blessing to look forward to it, and also that we are actually in to experience what's going on is actually quite cool. But we need to get people out of the mind control frequency of spreading not nice things. Like, if you have a look in the history, and we'll talk about Joshua Sanada or Jesus, when you have a look, if someone gets nailed on the cross and then made a martyr of and put in churches, you know, Jesus didn't want that. That's not what he come to earth for. He came here because he had love in his heart, and he wanted to share his healing gifts and healing, and he was never ever involved in any of the churches. So, but he did help a lot of sick people. So it is how you perceive it. So I'm not having a go at what you believe in or anything like that, but to me, if someone gets nailed on the cross like that, that's actually murder. That, to me, and it's just cruelty. But when someone comes from the heart space and the earth wasn't ready, we have to think, are we actually ready to move this planet forward? Because it's going to move one way or the other. It's moving forward. Are you ready to open your heart and do your shadow work? Are you ready to fill your heart with love? Are you ready to step in your power? Are you ready to take self-empowerment back? These are all the things that we need to know. So in a moment, I'm going to do a reading on what we actually need to know through beautiful energy and gates. What is our next shifts for the next 3 months? What do we need to know? pretty cool. So the third eye activation. So a lot of people that aren't activated on the third eye, it's happening. So it needs cleaning. So it's pretty cool. Inner Earth. So the inner Earth, I already know some inner Earth people. She's very graceful. She traveled around the world activating a lot of things. So bless her little heart. Actually, I might see if I can get her on the show, because we actually have done a really big workshop, some work together where we activated something that was amazing. So I'll see if I can get her on the show. And is she inner Earth? Believe me. Then we have the beautiful Pleiadean activation. So if you want to activate the Pleiadean energy, it's all around us in the moment. So that's really beautiful. It's a very healing energy. I work with one of the planets where there's mainly healing. I remember once the Stargate Heart. How lovely is that? So all this, that's opening your heart, okay, and the crystal skull wisdom. So I believe the crystal skulls are really activating again, which are aligning the vibration and energy, the clarity, the divine healing. Crystal skull, I don't like skulls, but crystal skulls are very interesting energy, and where they were scattered and how they eventually activate their energies. It's quite an interesting subject. Not one I'm going to go deep into today, obviously, but by getting that card, I know they're activating, so it's really cool. And they're all over the world, the skulls, right? And there's 12. So it's going to be quite interesting. So the inner Earth. So the base chakra is our connected to the inner Earth, our feet. So what you do is go in meditations and really pull that energy up and really love what you're doing with the inner Earth energy. If you want to activate the Pleiadian energy, is learn more about the Pleiades, and it's a very beautiful energy. Some are blue beings. I actually draw them. They're behind me. And some of them, I actually got guides as Pleiadians, which is on the drawing up there. A friend did that one for me. She did guide drawings. She's in heaven now, but she was very, very artistic, actually. Like, if you can see, I do have Pleiadians behind me out there. One's an Argenturian as well. So I do draw other beings. So that's what we're activating in the moment. So the Pleiadian energy is a beautiful healing energy coming down and activating our heart, basically our heart space. When we have a look at the heart space energy, work from your heart. Be kind, be nice. And this is the next 3 months. This is all activating. So stay in the activation of it. So quite beautiful. Now I'm going to do, because I'm in Australia, what's going on in Australia. All right, first politically, what's going on in Australia? Interesting times here. We're talking about politics in the moment, okay? So hang on, I'll put these on that I'm full of. Okay, the King of Cups we have in water. We're all surrounded. We're an island, basically, so we're surrounded by water. There's new energy coming in really fast, so something's getting exposed. We got the Hermit here, so there's a lot of wisdom coming out, a lot of truth, seeing it for what it is. Stop covering it up. It's also starbeam energy. There's still something hidden. And a ten of wands is lightening up your brain, receiving message, opening up to what's going on. Put the light back in. There's the clearing still going on here in Australia. And then the power comes back. So quite interesting. I love that. Here's a new world stepping through. How beautiful is that? So there's the death of the old system. And in with a new. So there's lots happening here in Australia. So buckle up, buttercups. It's going to be all right. Pretty cool, eh? Anyway, I spoke about the things I wanted to speak. What I was talking about this morning is I'm just going to ask if there's any messages from more messages than what I got. Is quite interesting, which I was shown a lot of things. It's really hard to explain what I actually saw, so it's a bit hard, but that was very peaceful and beautiful. So a reading on starbeam energy, dimensional energy, what is there coming up for us here on Earth? Once again, we've got the throat porthole, so speaking the truth, looking at the truth, understanding what is true and what's not. Stop believing everything you're told. Research and understand your truth. Understand the truth, what's going on, okay? Because there's truth bombs everywhere. This is the awakening card, so there's a lot more people awakening because they can see something that's not right. And their ancient knowledge is coming back as well. So which I find emotional freedom. So a lot of us that have been really hurt and upset by everything that's been going on, a lot of our yearning for emotional freedom, which is slowly coming back, okay? If you can see the beautiful being in the water's flowing and all that. So, but you need to do your work to become as well for emotional freedom. Then we have the sacral porthole, so creativity. So which is sort of here. So remember, you're creative. Bring your inner artist back, your inner strength, your inner laughter, your everything that moves you forward. Manifestation, there's much of it going on, so it's quite this. I love this card. It's quite interesting because manifesting is really, really important, and we can all manifest prosperity as there's new systems. One in the near future, everything will have enough. Everyone will be looked after with kindness, with love. It's quite interesting. And century, always hold your heart in your space as well. 6th century, look after yourself, do the healing that you need, have faith in all the restoration that we're doing, okay? This being, and the last one is isolation, is don't isolate yourself, and loneliness. So that's one thing actually we need to understand, the loneliness in people. There's so many people that are struggling with loneliness. Do you know, when I did a lot of readings on Sunday. I did about 20 readings, and we're pushing the readings through. But I had this lovely people, and the most important thing was always basically giving them hope. There was this gentleman, he didn't have much hope in anything, and he was a very skeptic about having the reading, and he was a skeptic about readers and mediums and psychics and stuff like that. When I finished his journey, and I showed him, because I had different kind of card decks with me, I actually showed him when I did the readings is basically they zinged in each other, whether it was a tarot deck or another oracle deck I used, that they had the same messages for him, and he was just so blown away with it. And then to tell someone how unique they actually are and how much they are loved, and that they need to do work on themselves to become a better version of themselves. And he just took it all in, and it was such a blessing to see his eyes sparkle. And to me, that is so beautiful to see in a human being, to give him that hope back. And that's why I do this work. This is why I do my channel. I'm hoping it will grow lots more, and I will start interviewing some people. We have some really gifted people here, even in Hervey Bay. I've got an energy who sees energy in that coming on shortly, so that's going to be very interesting. I have a beautiful friend. She makes these beautiful clearing sprays. So so she also has a website where it's called Lumerias. Okay, so, and if you want to order any, go to the webpage lumerias.com.au. Her email is lumerias@gmail.com, so you can order all these. So there you go, if you want to have a look. And this is and she's just made an oil called beard oil, so it's for the male energy, so they can balance themselves, and it's really beautiful. And they're crystal infused as well, so they're very, very beautiful sprays, body scrubs. I highly recommend them. So, and I think that's about all I have to talk about. Is just stay in your power, be good, be kind to yourself and to everyone. Have a beautiful day. If you've ever got any questions, please. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about is Gasara Nasara. Is people keep talking about the Gasara Nasara. So I've said many times is in my beliefs only. So you understand that is I don't believe in Gasara Nasara. I did a deep dive on it, where it actually came from. But if you want to believe in it, that is your choice. But in the near future, there won't be any Gasara Nasara, just so you know that, okay? To me, it doesn't exist in my timeline, just so you know that. And I've asked many questions on it. So because financially, everything will change within the next 10 years, and it will be a very big change. And then it's how humanity is actually ready for the change. So it's quite interesting. So look at this beautiful young energy coming in with a pentacle. We have to show our young ones, and before it all starts, the upside down card is let everything go. Just understand and let it go. So yeah, and then because we've been tied up to this system too long, so we're ready to move out of it. Don't have any fear of letting go. It's important that we don't step into fear. Okay. The Emperor, very powerful being. And then this is coming out of troubled water. So this is a Six of Swords. I love this card because all the light bulbs go back on, and we're moving out of all the crap that's going on. And I believe it's not happening. Like they show you some truth, and then you've got to digest it. Then they show you a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. So it's quite interesting how they're doing it. And a lot of things that you actually see in a moment is these are the substance cards. So they're clear. That's all coming out of troubled water. We have the beautiful Strength card here. Look at that. So be really, really strong within you. If you need help, ask. There's plenty out there. share the kindness and the balance. This is balancing everything, the 2 of Cups. So it's quite interesting. And then see, there's in the world, this is what we're getting rid of, this dark energy, okay? And there were deals done to get rid of it. And this is another deal. So we have to bring that more positive frequencies in. Talking about frequencies, you know, our body runs on certain frequencies. So I put it a little bit below people really need to understand that if you're running below a certain frequency, it brings in illness. So I did write it down. Hang on. So basically our body runs at basically between 68 and 72 megahertz. So frequency is really important, and then it drops when we get sick. So we have to build our frequency back up. But with everything that's coming in the near future, our frequency is going to build higher and higher and higher. So always do all your healing work with ease and grace. That's what I suggest. And it's really important that we actually balance our frequencies as well. Don't get scattered into it. Don't get scattered. And look at that. So that adds to that card. So it's surrounding water. So a lot of people getting taken that were involved in this. Something that they're going off land, right? Somewhere up there, off land, underwater, near water. One more card. And yes, everything is going to be fine. Look at that, beautiful. And I was right with what I said. They're going where they're going as well. That answers that. So from me to you, I hope you stay grounded. Do your energy work with ease and grace. I always believe that if you open your heart to heal, it's a beautiful journey forward. So with that said, I'm saying goodbye, and I think have a lovely, blessed day, okay? And thank you so much for watching, and I hope more people jump on and watch in the future and chat with me. So bye-bye.